Howdy folks, BC here. You're watching Deucing Guns. Today will be my part 2 of my Savage Model 64 rifle review. Part 1, I'll put a link right over here and you'll be able to see part 1 of that. This is part 2. Remember, if you watch part 1, you'll notice that I was not exactly satisfied with the accuracy of this rifle, and I basically did some things to it to see if I could get at least a little bit better accuracy out of it, and that's what today's video is all about. Now, for my second video, by the way, this is completely clear. There's nothing in the mag. The chamber is open and empty. I just like the mag in there because it does look better with it. What I did was I took it all apart, cleaned it up, took out all the manufacturing grease. There was some actual shavings in the action and on the bolt. I cleaned it all up completely, re-oiled everything, and put it all together as best as I could, which was a lot better than from the factory. I also got rid of the cheap Walmart scope I had on it before, and I put my nice 3x9 scope from Loophole on there. It's a very nice scope. It has never let me down. Loophole's an excellent scope, by the way, if you're ever in the market for a higher end scope. And I put that on there, which is way overkill because the rifle costs right at $100. The scope is a good $200 to $250. So what I did was I cleaned it all up and I took it down to the range. I'll put video on there of this. And I tried Winchester, CCI Mini Mag, and Federal Bulk. These are my go-to, cheaper, with the Mini Mag being my most expensive 22 ammo basically, because I shoot 22 ammo because it's cheap, not because I'm trying to get the best accuracy. If I want the best accuracy, I'm going to shoot 223. So I took all these three down there to the range, and here are my results. And now let's take a look at which ammo created the best target. Well, Winchester got a whopping, and this is at 50 yards, only 50 yards, not that far really. 3.2 inches at 50 yards. That's pretty pathetic. Your old Federal bulk ammo, also 3.2 inches. So Federal Bulk and Winchester are in the running for being worst ever. CCI Mini Mag came out on top at 50 yards at 1.9 inches. So CCI Mini Mag, if you want to do a full, normal, cheap ammo basically, that's going to be what the Savage Model 64 prefers. And just in case you're thinking, you know, BC, maybe you're not a good shot. You know, and I do have my bad days and good days, but on the same day I shot this, I also brought my Remington 597, and also with CCI Mini Mag, I shot 10 rounds right there. So, and that's 1.1 inches, by the way, half trine, as you can tell from this video. So it is proof that I can actually shoot somewhat decently with an out-of-the-box rifle such as the Remington 597. Now, because of the disparity between what I can do with the Remington 597 out of the box with CCI Mini Mag versus the Savage Model 64 with CCI Mini Mag, I contacted Savage directly, and here's how that played out.
Good morning, service. This is Rob. I can help you.
Hey, buddy, this is BC. I'm having trouble with my Savage Model 64. Yeah, the 22. I'm having trouble with it. I just cannot get it to shoot straight. I'm getting 2 to 3 inch groups at 50 yards with CCI Mini Mag and Federal Bulk ammo, things like that. Do you have any suggestions?
It might be the ammunition because those usually shoot under 1.5 inches at 100. That's what we qualify them at.
Really? Okay. So do you know what kind of ammo I should be looking for then?
We use Federal 40 grain solids. Specifically, we use the Gold Medal Ultra Match. That's what we bring in for everything, but it's all about precision. But 40 grain Federal solids should work standard velocity. I wouldn't use the high velocity. I mean, it could cause cycling issues. Like Mini Mags. Mini Mags are more made for cycling the heavier slides on a handgun, not the very light bolts on a semi-auto rifle.
Okay, so we're looking more like subsonic type ammo? Is that what we're looking for here?
No, just a standard velocity, not subsonic though.
Okay, just
standard velocities.
Okay.
Yep, and those should perform, and don't use hollow points because they won't feed properly in that. So long as the 40 grain-ish solid, should be good to go. That's a standard velocity.
Alrighty, so 40 grain solid standard velocity.
If you find it's not doing that, give us a call back. We can always have that gun come in, have our gunsmiths take a look at it, fire it, see what's going on.
Alrighty, I'll give that a shot. I will see what I can do with that. Thanks. Well, I got some shopping to do, I guess. Wish me luck. Alrighty, folks, well, I went shopping. Had a couple secret places I go to for really good ammunition, including 22. I very rarely buy it, so they were very confused when I came in for this. But I got several different versions of Aquila, got some Wolf ammo, got some Blazer just to throw at it because it is 40 grain solid. Got some CCI standard velocity 40 grain solid, so just like what the guy said. I'm going to take these all down to the range and the established 64, and we'll see how she runs. That looked much better. I mean, seriously, that was actually a decent group. From what I can tell. I may be completely wrong. Well, that might be a keeper right there. Again, that was the Golden Eagle Eli Prime. Alrighty, well that was much, much better, especially when compared to the Federal bulk ammo I shot before and the Winchester. So most of this was in the same ballpark as the CCI Mini Mag. But here's my various targets here. Try to get the glare not on there. There we go. That's some of these various ammos. But the clear winner, none of that, or this, it was the Aquila Eli Prime Golden Eagle right here with a group of 1.3 inches. That is not bad for a cheap 22 rifle at 50 yards. It's really not bad for, well, a semi-automatic cheap 22 rifle. Not too bad. And now the sole purpose of an actual firearm review. Do I recommend you purchasing the Savage Model 64? No. I do not recommend buying this rifle. It's well constructed. I didn't have, or had very, very few jams, feeding malfunctions, things of that nature. It was fine, but the accuracy that they say it's capable of is only capable if you're using extremely expensive ammo. And the sole purpose of a 22 rifle is to save money, in my opinion. So sure, the rifle itself costs 120 bucks, but your ammo is going to be between 5 and 10 times more expensive than your standard, Federal bulk or Winchester bulk ammo, which is what you really want to be shooting if you want to shoot a lot of 22 ammo. So now, what does BC recommend instead of this? Well, let me show you. For roughly the same price of the Savage Model 64, you can pick up a Marlin 795. It's still a 10 round, where's the mag release there? Still a 10 round detachable mag, just like the Savage 64. It's going to be much more accurate with much cheaper ammo. This thing loves CCI Mini Mag, it loves Federal bulk, it loves Winchester, it loves CCI Blazer, it loves all that cheap junk that you can buy at Walmart. I cannot recommend this enough, and it's the same price practically of the Savage 64. And for a shade more money, you can get a Marlin Model 60. It's going to have a wooden stock. It's fed from a tube style magazine, so you're not going to be spending extra money on detachable magazines. It's going to be super accurate. I think it has something to do with that microgroove technology that Marlin seems to love to put in everything. And again, 150, 160, super accurate with the cheap Walmart grade ammo. And if you're willing to jump up to $200 or so, you can grab yourself a Ruger 1022 or, at the same price, a Remington 597. My 597 is not with me today. It's actually at the shop getting its barrel threaded. So, but $200 can get either one of those. The Remington 597 is going to be much more accurate than the Ruger 1022. The Ruger 1022 out of the box is about the same accuracy as the Savage 64, but it'll do that with Federal bulk ammo. So you're looking at 1.5 or so inches at 50 yards, but with cheap ammo. This is your bullet hose that you can just get that 25 round magazine into it and just have a super fun time plinking at the range. Well guys, that's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed the second part in my Savage Model 64 review. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment box below the video, and as always, I try to get to as many of those as possible. Also, if you have any other suggestions for semi-automatic 22 rifles, leave those in the comment box as well, because I would love to hear other people's suggestions. I haven't tried everything out there. I would like to eventually. So if you have any comments or questions about that, or if you have a different experience with your Savage Model 64, let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like, and of course subscribe, because I have a lot more of these reviews on the way. You guys have a great day. See ya.